Welcome back, everyone, to the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago South American Qualifier, as we're looking for that one team to get through to help represent the region in the big windy city. I'm Jason Kaplan, joined by Snots here, and we're getting underway with our final match of the day. It's going to be an interesting one.
I know, it's been a long day so far. Obviously, we've been graced by the 2-0s in terms of scheduling, but we are here.
Graced by me? I'm like, yeah, okay.
Maybe.
Fortune,
a bit of fortune coming my way. But yeah, long story short, here, graced by the final frontier. The last best of 3, Isurus versus Santos.
Before we do get into that, though, I'm going to take a look at the bracket because something interesting.
Really?
I'll say that's the nicest way I could say it has happened, actually, for some teams.
Oh, my goodness.
No Tag actually lost against Team Wild. And if I'm not mistaken, we had No Tag versus Luminasi as being the winner bracket final matchup to look for.
Wow, that's actually blown my mind completely. Was not anticipating that matchup to go in the favor of Team Wild. Obviously, Team Wild has some players that you are going to know potentially if you ever follow the Brazilian Counter-Strike scene. PKL, Destiny, former players from Luminosity who were removed for the Twins, N1 and Lucas. Just to quickly take a look.
Tatazin, you got K-Tex, you got Landon.
It was a 2-1. Obviously, we saw No Tag win the first map, 16-8, so anticipating a very easy win for them. And looking at the numbers, a 16-9 win on Nuke and a 16-11 win as well on Dust 2, Jason, your favorite map. Unfortunately, it was shown on the B stream, not here on our vicinity. But long story short, that was probably the biggest upset we've had so far today. Apart from that, most of the matches coming out in favor as anticipated. W7M going forward, obviously they had the first best of 3 win versus Isurus. They lose versus LG. They're now into the second round of the lower bracket. And yeah, here we are into Isurus versus Santos.
Yeah, so get a little Overpass
as well.
All right, it's a little bit Overpass. We'll update you on the rest of the maps are when we do get those into us. In the meantime, Santos on the T side with Isurus on the CT. And already off the bat, Tutehen has gone down. And that's a little bit unfortunate for them, being down a man, especially in such a crucial point. A crucial map here. Keep in mind, we do have Isurus, the only Argentinian team, the only non-Brazilian team participating in this entire qualifier and trying to fight for the hopes and dreams of all the players in that region. Meantime, Santos, Showtime, fighting for some redemption as he got knocked into the loser bracket by his former team.
So, minute 5 seconds left on the clock here. Santos going to be charging in towards toilets. As it's going to be the 5 versus 4. Early on, it was Showtime to find the first kill, so Santos had the advantage with the assault towards the A side. Knocked C going to be taken down by DZT early on. However, bomb planted, 4 versus 3. Diffuse gift for MBL, has the flashbang to back it up as well, so maybe there's a chance for the retake, but lacking that smoke grenade is going to be pivotal in terms of Isurus' chance into this round.
Especially where the bomb's planted directly for Santos, so if anyone for Isurus gets in there without the help of the smoke, it's going to be so difficult. Reversive's going to have to go pretty big here for his team. Showtime already shown his position away as MBL's going to take him down, but they don't expect BLD to be here, and he gets himself a nice double kill. The third's going to come in out of Tifa. And Santos come up fighting strong here, picking up the pistol round. By the way, do have a map update.
Oh, what was it?
I'm going to give you a guess what the second map is.
Inferno.
That is not the second map, but that is our third map.
Okay.
So I'll give you one more guess.
Mirage.
No, it's going to be Dust 2.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of D2.
I wasn't sure if you were going to go for a... I'll let you guess the next map is very obvious in terms of Inferno Mirage, or you were going to say that because you wanted me to try guess Dust 2, and I read you wrong.
I was just giving you a chance to guess.
Oh, okay.
There's a crystal ball powers. Yeah, you did. You did.
1 out of 2 is not too shabby. Obviously, Inferno's usually play in each best of 3, so Inferno's probably the best pick you are going to have into a blind day in the vetoes. But anyway, that's cancelled. And we go into the second round, 1-0 in favor of Santos. As early on the tag onto BLD, nearly got turned into a BLT.
Sounds disgusting. I hate tomatoes and I don't like lettuce. Just give me a bacon sandwich. I'll take that any day of the week.
Really?
Are you vegan?
Oh, vegan.
Gender fluid.
Gender fluid. Is that really a word? Or
yeah, that's really a term.
Gender fluid.
Yep.
Wow. You know, you learn something new. Obviously, you cast, you meet new people, new phrases, new words, new cultures. And that's one of them. That's really entered my life.
Well, in the moment, Noxie's going to have 4 other terrorists invading his life in a few seconds. As you can see the smoke coming in. Won't have an opportunity to actually see them. Goes for the shot through the smoke. Not going to connect, unfortunately, as Santos are slowly making their way up long. Even set up for a couple of follow-up smokes. Potentially a couple of follow-up flashes. Molotov comes in towards Optimus, does block that out. It stairs as well, really well placed here. Just completely disabled Noxie, and he has no chance. As Delboni, who was a big player actually in their match versus Luminosity, comes up with the first frag.
4 versus 4. Bomb planted for Bank, but it's going to be MBL here towards that position. As actually no one apart from number 6 on the Thunderball, that's going to be Delboni. Was in position of where the bomb was, but eventually it's going to be the trade frag coming in from DZT. The crossfire established once again by DZT and BLD between Long and Bank. Coming up top drums here is Reversive. That's quite a tricky one to say.
Cursive.
Cursive, Reversive. All around, he has the turf sieve. I don't know. 1 for...
Yep. I can clearly tell it's getting there right now for you.
Yeah. I've been up for like 20 hours. I think it's got to this point, so the brain's starting to go. But the round hasn't for Santos. It's 2-0. Managed to bring that one back.
Just the wit hasn't, as you just showed us
I call
there.
it the cunning.
Well, Santos up 2-0. Again, both these teams are not only fighting for this map, but they're fighting for their chance to stay alive in this whole tournament. Loser will be staying at home and will have not a chance to continue on through the tournament, which will be continuing over the next 2 days. I think tomorrow we start at the same time at 7 p.m. at CEST or 1 p.m. EDT if you're over in the US. But either way, Santos are looking to keep the streak going. They have a couple of Mach 10s here. Reversive able to keep the AK into the next round. Doesn't have head armor. And they're trying to make the best out of the situation by getting him with a nice triple boost here. Problem is no one's actually heading that direction, so...
Yeah.
He's not going to have an opportunity to really get you frags there.
Futile boost coming out here, stacking 3 players towards B short. Well, it's appearing towards B short by the tunnel. Instead, Santos with the rock, paper, scissors and actually going to be winning out that little mini game. Or are they? Noxie with 1. Going to be traded out by the back 10 of Showtime as Tutterhen. Sounds very German. Tutterhen going to be alone towards the A side, but eventually the rotations and the cavalry is going to be rotating in through CT, but it's too late. The site's in favor of Santos, and BLD from the off angle towards truck can just line up player after player.
Showtime's going to clear the thing up. And 3-0 start, kind of what we expected, especially with Santos taking the pistol round. It's unfortunate. Isurus put all their eggs in one basket, but Reversive wasn't really given the opportunity there to make that AK really work, and also without the lack of head armor, could have been a big detriment to him. But you can see them all bought up with utility. All these M4s. And a lot of money for DZT, 7,100 in the bank. So easy and AWP could come up for Showtime, which we saw him do fairly well with against Luminosity in their first match. By the way, Isurus did lose to W7M in their first game.
What do you reckon W7M stands for?
Honestly, I can't think of a single thing.
I reckon it's a hostage scenario. They've maybe taken a loved one. They've called the person they're trying to take money from, and they've said, wire me or wire 7 million. Or you're not going to get to see your loved one again.
So how did you get to that thought process?
W7M, wire 7 million.
So where'd you get that thought process from?
Watching Taken.
Is that what you watched on the flight over?
Maybe.
Okay, well, I mean, it was more creative than what I could come up with, which was absolutely nothing. In the meantime, though, Santos, we get back to the game and no more hostage situations here at the moment. We're not playing one of those maps. It's a bomb defusal map.
Hey.
MBLG's going to push straight through. MBL does get the first frag, and they're obviously going to trade out equally here. Reversive playing from water. It's a great kill into Delboni. That smoke provided a lot of cover as well to the CT side here of Isurus. 1962 able to get the bomb down, more importantly, able to stay alive as well. Tifa's going to fall from this, and that little push out of Santos is going to be completely red, and Isurus is going to be able to get the first round on the board, and most importantly, it was that first gun round.
Indeed it was. On their CT side after conceding the pistol, at least they get something for their time, but speaking of time, how much have they got left for their full buys? It's going to be, well, sub $1,000 across the board here for Isurus across the board. And if Santos win this round, they are going to be economically resetting the CT side going forward. And to do so, they have 4 AKs in the single op for Showtime. But gotta say, Showtime did not show me much in that first best of 3. Hopefully he can... I
think on train he did all right.
For the orb, I'm going to be devil's advocate here. I didn't see him. He was a rifler for Luminosity. He was a stand-in rifler for SK. Orp, maybe he's just filling a role. Maybe he's a versatile player that they need. Obviously, maybe they don't have a primary Orper apart from Showtime, who was maybe a secondary Orper on his former teams. Maybe he was on LG, but yeah, didn't sell it to me just yet. Maybe it was just a poor performance versus his former team. Maybe the nerves got to him in terms of that grudge match.
I think we should maybe talk about Santos in general, because if you guys missed out on that first match versus Luminosity, what we saw was a lot of individual players making some good plays. For instance, Dalboni did a fantastic job. I think that was over on Train.
Yep.
The problem was the lack of rounds we saw them not get, or the lack of rounds they did get, was due to Santos mostly seemed like individual players just brought together for the qualifiers. It didn't seem like they were really well together, flashing each other in. Refrags was a major misstep that they had happen in the past, and maybe we're seeing something similar, rise here again. 2-10, able to get the last two. And well, speaking of refrags, I guess that's the perfect moment to mention it, because they weren't able to really take out anyone in that fight, and they had all 5 players there. That's probably the worst thing that could have happened to them now. Now their economy's reset. Now they're forced to go for an eco, and that's going to allow Isurus to tie things up at 3 apiece.
Yeah, should be witnessing the 3-3 scoreline. Obviously, for Santos on the T side, they are unfavored in the fact that the CT side is favored. Typically seeing 9-6 scorelines here from the CT side, advantage from Overpass. So to win the pistol, that's obviously a very, very big advantage going forward. Showtime going down early against a weapon of his own choice.
Surprised to see actually Noxie go for that, knowing that they're going to be on an eco. I mean, maybe that's also a redeeming factor, is knowing that they can't really kill him quickly, but if he missed that first shot, he potentially could have been rushed down, especially if they had any sort of pistol brought up in that situation.
Yeah, towards underpass, if they had rushed that, or if the Deagle was there, could obviously land that shot, but obviously you have a massive advantage in the 1 versus 1 if you are the AWP and they are the Deagle. But 1962 sounds like an Eagles song, as he does eventually get spotted out and goes down to the Glocks towards Monster Tunnel. Reversive in towards Pillar, able to find one, gets the second as well. Just going to be easily taking care of these players onto no armor, no weaponry.
You know what his name stands for, right? 1962V?
Let me have a guess. 1962. England won the World Cup in 1966, so it's not that. There was a World Cup before that.
I'm
so
sure
maybe
this Argentinian player is going to name himself after England winning the World Cup.
Hey, no. Maybe Argentina won the World Cup in 1962.
Well, you're in completely the wrong direction. It's actually the amount of voltage you need to resuscitate a heart.
Yeah, same.
Totally kidding. I have no clue what it means, and that's totally not right, the amount of voltage you need. Just want to see if you're going to buy into it.
Yeah, I didn't. That sounded a bit...
Oh, without nade.
Oh, they're going to need a resuscitation after that grenade as Dalboni fires the frag in towards Connector as it's into the 4 versus 4. Minute 20 seconds left on the clock. Showtime. Oh, he does arrive on time in this one.
That joke was almost as bad as having to watch you play on endpoint.
Ah, that was good. That was good. Damn, I won't be able to get you back as well because you fly to the Overwatch League, don't you? Oh, wait.
I don't even do Overwatch anymore.
That was the joke.
It's like you don't even respect my career.
You didn't respect mine.
Well, I mean, UKCS is a joke in general. Meantime, Santos 4-3. Don't worry, no one in chat even, I think, is understanding this, because when I looked, chat was speaking Portuguese the entire time.
Really?
Yeah. Nox in the meantime, he'll get a nice little kill on a DZT. More importantly, shut down that location. That was okay. That wasn't too far of a joke, right? You're all right. You're good.
Do you think? No.
Okay.
I'm completely hurt.
You're used to dry humor, I thought.
No. I can't take that humor. I'm super offended. And yeah, I hope I don't go too far with the Overwatch one as well.
It's fine. You know?
No, it's not. By that reaction, it probably isn't. Oh dear, all still mates.
I'm not gonna talk about what I could say, because we're casting some CS here. We're casting some good CS. We're casting some Brazilian and Argentinian CS as these two countries are going head to head. More importantly, we're trying to round out the final team. Well, basically the final team. I think there's still one more to come from an unnamed qualifier.
Asian qualifier, probably.
Yeah.
Europe.
One of the last 2 teams to participate in Intel Extreme Masters Chicago. We already have Astralis, Big, FaZe, Fnatic, Energy, Liquid, MIBR, Mouse Sports, Navi, and Renegades already being invited. From EU, we've got a Vanguard and North. From NA, we got EU United. From Korea, we got MVP PK. Now we're trying to find out who the South American team will be joining this lovely field of teams. That's going to be, honestly, a fantastic event in the Windy City. Should definitely check out some tickets.
Keep calling it the Windy City.
That's what it's called. Chicago, it's the Windy City.
It is, it is.
That's what, that's literally the name. Like the Big Apple for New York, it's the Windy City of Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying to you, I swear.
And right now, Tutterhen is hungry First kill found there on to Delboni in towards Connector, trying to see if he can get a second as well for his time, as they do actually push through the Molotov, so they back up with the Flames as well. We'll be aiding him in that scenario. 4 versus 3. Minute 15 left on the clock as the bomb is slowly making its way in towards middle. But as I say that, maybe indecisiveness going to be plaguing the players from Santos.
What we've seen, I think this has been the story of what we talked about, even the last match, about Santos having a man advantage and then throwing it away somehow and actually losing out the rounds, where we saw like Luminosity in their match versus them. Whenever they got the man advantage, they play a lot slower, play more standard Counter-Strike to make sure to take that advantage and win with it. But now Santos are seeming to have to get used to playing with a man down. Tifa, Showtime, and BLD up against the 4 from Isurus. They're actually trying to set up for an A push, it seems. But they don't have a smoke. They only have 1 flashbang, and there's 3 players here to defend this. I don't really see them being able to take this successfully. This is going to be a rough chance here that it looks like it's just lambs being led to slaughter.
Potentially, but the flashbangs may be their saving grace. Orb from 1962, Noxy as well. Going to be able to find 1 kill apiece as it's down to the 1 versus 2.
Showtime.
Showtime in a 1 versus 1 then. 10 seconds to get the bomb down as Reversive is pushed in towards the truck. Showtime under a 9 HP has to land the instant headshot, but couldn't quite muster it up. Instead, Reversive does claim the 5th round here for Isurus going forward. So 5 rounds, 1 in a row here for the CT side, as they are looking far more potent after the pistol round did conclude.
I mean, that was still a lot closer of a round than I expected it to be, having 3 players there to defend. That one bit of utility they did have with the flashbang netted them that initial kill, and Showtime went huge there. He got 3 frags. Actually almost clutched that out for his team. Now Isurus getting very aggressive here. BLD gonna take about 22 damage off of that, but actually might lose his life. Flashbang's coming through as well. Trying to actually line up the shot in Playground, but Tutahead able to take him down. And now Isurus again with the man advantage in this round. Kind of what you're going to expect. But Santos did force into this, keep in mind.
It's a good point to bring up. Obviously, they have lost 5 rounds in a row so far, so they are going to be onto the maximum round loss bonus of $3,400. So they forced into this one, but they can buy up into the next one just because of how high the round loss bonus is. So it's going to be buy rounds going forward for the majority.
They can buy into it because of how bad they're losing. Like, that's always a terrible feeling, right?
Yeah, but yeah, with that, they can obviously go for armor, pistols, some light utility, maybe even a UMP buy. But apart from that, should be very easily won by Isurus. So far, 55 seconds left, 4 versus 2. This should be the 6th round here for the CTs.
DZ2 able to net himself now too. Thing is, are they able to recover these guns? That's gonna be the most important part. There you go, 2 M4s not picked up for them. The round's still not likely, but at least it's looking better than it previously was. Switching over to an AK here. 1962 gonna be sitting in Underpass now. You can see Reversa just backing away, trying to play this one at a distance, since they know the push has to come at any moment now. 1962 just saw the feed of them crossing through Monster in towards this B site. Tifa trying to actually cover up multiple angles, but it's so difficult to do when you're just down to 2 players and you're running in with no utility. And Isurus now a 6th round the board, and more importantly, 6 straight here.
Pause, you would imagine, to come out now from Santos, if they have, as you said, lost 6 in a row. So coming into their T side, what can they change? They tried their defaults constantly towards toilets, and each and every time it just does not work for them. Noxy, 11 frags, Reversive, 9 as well. Maybe they change their default to take control towards B short, play more passive towards A, take control towards connector as well, and take middle at a later stage of the round. Or maybe go for a fast set play towards the B side, maybe go for an execution once they have B short control. Molly towards barrels, smoke towards the bridge, the center site, flashes over to flash the players at Monster, and try and get something going towards the B side, because so far the A side's been on lock, be it retakes, be it holding off towards toilets and holding towards long. It feels like Isurus have the formula.
I wonder if Santos can kind of set up for something they did in the pistol round. Keep in mind, they actually smoked off multiple angles, walked in, got the plant down, then backed away. The problem is what I'm seeing is that Isurus aren't even letting them get to that situation where they could set up for a potential play like that. We've seen them be aggressive in middle multiple times. We've seen Noxy actually go for some very early op shots in mid and actually connect quite a few of them. We've seen them try to deny the underpass somehow, at least towards the staircase. And they've not given the control of bathrooms. So Santos, who are maybe, that's like one of the options they want to go for, is that kind of hit on towards the A side, haven't just been denied. So now I wonder, B site? Is that going to be the direction they're going? Maybe B site with utility, because the one time they did do it with utility, they got shut down. But I still think they were missing a couple of smokes or misplaced smokes, if anything, at least in that situation.
Yeah, will be interesting to see.
Again, aggressive push.
Yeah, Noxy going to be peering towards middle. Not sure if he knows that BLD has crossed towards playground, which means he could maybe walk up A long and catch him off guard, but no. Noxy expects it. Going to be anticipating the push to come in, to peek in towards Party, then peek in towards middle, as so far he is extremely aggro in towards Party. Bomb left towards above connector as well, which means Santos are going to be aiming for a slow default round. They have the flashbang above B short, but for some reason, Tifa didn't feel the confidence to go towards the B short tunnel, get flashed, and the reason is because DZT is already there. Apologies for that one, but with that, they're going to be leaving Tutterhen alone towards the A site. Maybe Noxy can play towards Heaven and be a fast rotation towards the A site, which he is, so they can stack the row. 4 players towards B, 1 player towards A, which is Tutterhen. Once he gets info, Noxy's a fast rotation there anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of a hindrance.
Well, that's the thing is, if he gets info, the way that Santos are pushing, looks like they're going to go towards long, which he has no vision of at the moment. He obviously saw, I think it was a flashbang, or I think it was a flashbang come through T-side bathrooms. And now Noxy's been able to rotate in, and you know what? There's no op to actually contest him, so he's going to have the range advantage. Problem is, there's going to be 4 players set up in this position, so the chance for doubles could come in. The chance for a refrag, most importantly, could be massive. So smoke going to come in to block out Noxy's vision. Is he actually going to place one close to the smoke?
Oh, interesting. Has an AWP up close versus the smoke. Obviously an unorthodox play, but is playing counter flash. So will not blind him. Has the advantage now to Tifa. Managed to get the first kill, but a fast trade comes through. 6 seconds left. There's no time to plan. I mean, unless they just punch in the numbers right now, they might just have it. The bomb will go. Oh, it won't go down in time. There must have been milliseconds separating the bomb going down and the round win for Isurus. However, history is written by the victors, and it's 7-3.
It's a shame, too. I mean, Santos, they finally got a good execute towards A. They did a great job of having DZT just cause a distraction towards B when they went for the hit to kind of catch them off guard. But to miss the plant at this kind of level of CS, it's almost unforgivable. It's almost as unforgivable as me trying to say that word. It's unfortunate, but now they kind of need to regroup together. They need to do something a little bit differently. Noxy's been taken very low. I think he actually dropped to a Molotov there. He's out in 45 health. But Santos, they need a lifeline. They need something. They need some way to get back into this one. It might come down to this. Tutterhen gets the first and second shot. DZT's going to have his own try at it. Will eventually shut him down. And Noxy, uncharacteristically, going to miss out on that shot, but the follow-up reversive will be there. DZT gets caught with his back turned to him. Tifa's going to return back in for another counter frag, but either way, it's still 2 apiece. Going to favor the T side. Isurus are looking confident. Not to mention Santos are kind of split up at the moment. Oh, showtime. Oh, no.
He's going to see the head, but doesn't quite get the advantage. Doesn't get ahead of the curve. Minute left here in the 1 versus none. Yeah, 8-3. 8 rounds. It's winding me up. 8 rounds, 1 in a row for Isurus on the CT side on Overpass. The question is, though, who... do you remember that? Do you not remember that?
No.
We've got B?
No.
And Oborg?
All I remember about Gobby is fuck.
Yeah, and that came from what's behind number 4, Overpass.
Oh, right. Okay.
That was
I got you. I was there.
Yeah, that's why I said it, because you're... Yeah. I set that one up for you.
Actually, I wasn't there when that happened.
But you know the story,
But I
right?
was there.
Yeah, I passed you the ball, the basketball, gave you the slam dunk, and you just didn't finish it.
You forgot I'm white. I can't slam dunk. It's just not possible.
This is going really off the rails quickly.
I played basketball. I'm tall. I'm 198 centimeters, but I still can't dunk. Got no hops. Neither Showtime anymore as MBL shoots out the head from this little rabbit. Not sure why he's a rabbit. But he's a rabbit now. And Isurus Gaming still with the man advantage. Actually, a good job by BLD to blindly get that shot off to equalize things. But look at the aggressive defense out of Isurus over towards the B side. You have Reversive in 1962 pushed up over towards Monster. And MBL going to actually be tucked away in towards bathrooms, waiting for his chance to top out. And yeah, they're actually going in the direction of Reversive in 1962. So not a rotate that's going to work out for Santos, I would imagine. At least at the current state of affairs. So they lost 8 straight.
I'm going to take a look at what happened in Argentina in 1962. There must have been something that is so important to put it in your CSGO name.
While you're doing that, I'll continue to cast the game as Tifa gets a nice shot there. Gives Santos now a man advantage. They're going to push in through monsters slowly, quietly, trying to play contact style. Still going to reverse if here in 1962 to help protect. They're trying to actually take care of the underpass side. Tifa doesn't spot out the player, but it doesn't matter. Reverse gets the first frag. 6 seconds left to go. It looks like the bomb will get planted this time. Oh, 1962, if he can come in time, he would have a chance to dislodge the bomb and deny them any sort of chance to get the plant. And now Noxy in a 1-on-3. Looks like the AWP saving is ideally what he's going to go for. Deny this away from Santos. And it looks like they will finally be able to get another round on the board after losing the last 8 straight. But now after that, Stods, they have to win the round consecutively. They cannot afford to be broken yet again here in terms of their economy.
Very, very true. 3 players surviving, which does, of course, mean...
This guy's head blown off.
I know, that wasn't very pretty, was it? But 8-4 coming into this one. Now, to give an update, 1962, Brazil won the World Cup. And Chile came 3rd, so very...
Argentinian.
Yes, but I'm sure he was... I'm sure he may have been celebrating the Brazil win.
Maybe he thought it was coming home in that year and it wasn't?
I mean, it came home to... Hey, nice. I mean, we had the goal in the first 5 minutes. I don't know what happened. but yeah. 1962, Brazil won the 2nd World Cup for themselves. So that has to be it.
Lose to Brazil at some point in the World Cup in that year.
Did they?
That's what I'm asking.
You're asking the wrong person.
You literally were just looking this up.
Yeah, Here comes the phone. Let's open that one up and take a look. So Chile came 3rd. Czechoslovakia came 2nd. Wow. Brazil with their 2nd cup. Where did Argentina finish? This might be hard to find. Let's take a look. Where was it hosted? Hosted in Argentina. So there you go. Argentina World Cup. Brazil won it. South America brought it home. And
you know what blows my mind? He wasn't alive then, so why is that so important? Maybe that was like the year his parents met or something?
Do you know how big football is in South America?
No, never heard of it.
Oh yeah, football to you is men wearing pads.
I've been living here 6 years. Football to me is the football you're thinking. Don't let me in with those other idiots, okay?
Other idiots? You're just going to throw your nation under the bus like that?
Look who's leading it. Of course I'm going to throw them under the bus.
Wow.
Okay, Mr. Brexit over here, okay? You know, calm down. Calm down.
As long as I get my free European travel, I'm happy.
I don't know if you will.
Don't say that.
Imagine you need a visa to get into Europe.
I think that'd be the end of many, many careers.
Well, right now, Santos are trying to keep their career alive. At least in this tournament, at least in this Intel Extreme Master Chicago qualifier. They do have an op in the hands of Showtime, able to save that from the last round, where Noxy was caught off, but that op not going to have a chance to do a single thing here as he will be blown up. And now BLD, he's in a really precarious position here, rotating around from Fountain. And she's going to hear him running, I would imagine. This should be a frag going his way. They didn't expect a second player, but no, he fluffs his shot. Tutahen gets it. And now Isurus, they have a 2-man advantage in this round. And Santos just won the last round. Their economy is going to be shattered if they lose this.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Santos lose this one, 9-4. Money sent into disarray. Boost coming in from the Brazilian 2nd world title, V. Boosted in towards Monster. Going to be having the off angle here. Should be able to find at least 1 kill and make it a 5 versus 2. Gets spotted out. They're going to be playing the safe game. Has found the information and can wait for the cavalry to arrive. But like a casualty, they might get filled in.
Will it be cavalry or casualties arriving? Because right now, Isurus are closing around them on all directions, except from behind, I guess. So coming in from their front and the side, I guess is the better way to go about it, Boney. Using the smoke to his advantage here. The bomb has been planted. Tifa gets a nice little frag. He responds as well. Trying to spray through the smoke here. He gets knocked down to 73 health. Pushes in towards water. I think a flashbang came through to actually give him that opportunity to go for it. Now it's just DZT by himself. He's got Noxy there in the doorway. And he gets... What was Noxy doing? I'm not sure. The bomb isn't being diffused. Time is running out. And NBL is going to be able to secure that one. But he won't have a kit. He won't have a chance here. And Santos will get the consecutive rounds, even though they lost all their players.
Heartbreaking story to break to you, Jason.
What's wrong?
We are both wrong. 1962 does not stand for voltage.
It was a joke.
I was just saying.
Come on.
1962 does not actually refer to the year Brazil won the second World Cup.
Why would it?
I don't know. We're just playing the South American qualifier, aren't we?
Yeah, but he's Argentinian.
Yeah, okay,
so why would he celebrate another country winning the World Cup? Okay, what is it?
Why did the Scots celebrate England coming top 4 at the World Cup? Same thing.
Nothing else to celebrate, maybe.
Yeah, no, so do Argentina.
Whoa.
At the World Cup, 1962. They came. Okay. No, Chile came.
So
third.
what's the 1962 part?
It's his father's birthday. Which isn't quite as cool as I thought. Yeah, the year 1962 is when his father was born.
What? That's adorable.
You think?
Yeah, that's even better than this World Cup stuff.
No.
See, but you have to remember, is his father still alive?
I mean, if he was born in 62, probably. He's like 70 years old. How old would he be? 58 plus 18, so 76. We've got. I say 76. No, yes, 76. No, I don't know because you're looking at me funny. This is live maths on air, so if it's wrong, it's wrong. Whatever.
If you add 40 years, that's 2012 or 2002. Sorry. Then you add a 10.
And then a 6.
That's.
You're overcomplicating this so much.
Hold on. I gotta rest up my calculator now because this is throwing me off. You take the round away.
Wow. Can Santos...
56. We're both wrong.
56?
Yeah.
Really?
How'd you get 76?
Why did I get 76?
At least I was closer. I mean, we're both wrong, but at least I was closer to it.
My dad's born in 49 and he's only 70 or something like that, so... How on earth did I think that one? It's on the spot. What can I say? Well, apparently nothing because the round's going to be over very, very shortly.
Thank God, so we can stop talking about this topic. 1962 will fall. And Santos have a good opportunity to pull this half closer, prevent that 9-6 scoreline, especially with the economy that Isurus does have.
Yeah, very true. Obviously, both the teams can fully buy. This is the final round in this first half of our final best of 3. 8-6. Isurus want that strong finish, obviously, winning 8 rounds in a row. Towards the end of it, though, towards the latter half, they have started to let it slip just a little bit when they had such a firm grasp on the matchup. Smoke coming out towards Monster, going to be delaying a Monster push if it was to come, but instead, Bomb is waiting here, most likely going to be mid-control coming out from Santos, connector control as well, and then maybe concluding towards the B side with a split through B Shore and Monster. However, early on, stalemate, both teams anticipating aggression.
DZ2, though, in the meantime, going to move in towards water. Should be able to successfully get in this direction. We saw him get tucked away in this spot before, which almost netted Santos around. Actually, I did net Santos around, I think, the first round in a long time. Actually, no, it didn't. That's when they messed up the bomb plant. That's when they actually planted after the time. But DZT is still going to be there. Reversive, not going to actually spot him out, and I'm not sure if they actually know he's in this position, but you can see Santos rotating back in towards this B side, looking for that push, looking for that opportunity to make their way in, and they definitely have the utility for it. And as we can see, Isurus are lacking highly. Any smokes to delay this, any Molotovs to delay this. They just have those 2 flashbangs out of 1962.
Molotov in towards barrels. Smokes, flashes, all going to rain in towards the B side. Next, 1962. Finds the first frag and the second as well. Going to be making his father proud as Tutterhen as well towards the B side. This is the part where words get very, very hard.
It's fun. You know what's great? Is that since we're in halftime, we do have to head to a short break. It gives us a chance to find our tongues and find our ability to talk. And we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago South American Qualifier. Jason Kaplan joined by Snoz as we're getting underway with our second half of our first map of the final game of the night. One of these two teams, Santos or Isurus Gaming, will be unfortunately knocked out of the entire thing as we're into the loser bracket of our double elimination tournament. Already DZT getting super aggressive as they pushed out towards long, gets the first frag onto reversive. Zambiel is finally able to respond onto this one, and Tifa's going to have to back away. But 1-for-1 trade going to favor this T side here.
Indeed it does. 4 versus 4 now, as the bomb is outside Monster. Noxy going to be coming in through T-spawn. Has the smoke, has the flashbang, can smoke towards bridge, can smoke towards center site, flash the players in over towards the B site as well to catch Delboni and BLD off guard. And the smoke actually going to be going towards heaven. So these players on site can still have an impact as the flash only going to be momentarily blinding BLD. He's going to find one, tries to load the second as well, but can't quite manage it as the CT side defense just crumbles piece by piece as we're all down to showtime. And Tifa.
Sometimes that's all you need, is just a little bit of a showtime. Both heroes coming in from upper. I don't think Nazi's going to actually expect the smoke has dissipated. Actually, he's been able to spot out both players, so now he can play this accordingly. He needs this first frag out of showtime. He's going to be rushed down by Tifa, who has a lot of time to work with. And Santos will pull off the pistol round again. That's the second pistol round for themselves. And they should ideally be able to get up to 9 here off the back of this, assuming Isurus cannot convert any of these save rounds.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the bomb going down for Isurus means that they can just save into this one, buy up into the next round of AKs.
Actually, yes, Santos has to pay attention to that. Do they want to invest into the SMGs here, knowing they're going to be up against AKs in the third round?
Yeah, I mean, typically if this happens, you'd buy Thamases to go up against the AKs. However, maybe the SMGs are going to try and get some bonus cash into this one versus the Falika, and then maybe try and get a bonus round win with the SMGs versus the rifle buy from Santos. But into this one, push coming in towards a long showtime. Going to be spotting out 2 players towards playground as he finds one teammate DZT towards the B site, finds one. The second as well from Tifa, actually, is it all just going to be very easily mopped up there by the CT side. So round number 18, 8-9. Santos, 1 round behind, but they're not going to be getting that round for free. Obviously, coming into this one, it is going to be the 4-5 AK buy coming out from this team. No orb for... Who did we even see on the orb?
For who?
It was
for
Noxy,
Isurus?
wasn't it?
Yeah,
yeah. Noxy on the ADBP, obviously getting aggressive towards middle, getting aggressive towards B short as well. He was a very aggressive AWP, but will he carry that forward as the T side, as it's a lot harder to be aggressive on the terrorist side as you have to make the plays. So, bomb left outside, T-spawn, 3 players outside the B side. We've got 1 player, Noxy in towards A, reversive outside connector. So they're going to be taking map control slowly, but the flash coming from Santos should be able to delay something.
Yeah, there was no weapon upgrades for Santos. Now they come back to punish them here. They've actually lost out on 3 players, and BLD's going to be by himself with the famous. Actually take down 1962 as he was rotating in, and reversive just going to spam him through the wall. Now it's all in showtime. We saw him go big in the prior round with pistols here. He's not able to go big with the M4. Nox is able to take him down, and more importantly, get Isurus Gaming their first buy round here of this T side. Yeah,
very important, obviously. Losing the pistol to a crazy pistol round from showtime in the 2 versus 3 retake towards the B side. Now they're on to double digits here, the 10th round, winning the first buy round. But that was versus the SMGs of Santos, which means they were coming into it as a bonus round. 4 M4s and a scout coming out for BLD. So no AWP coming out just yet. They had the defuse kit for BLD. Utility as well across the board. But it's not perfect. And what could be a perfect play is a rush towards the B site, catching the players off guard with the Molotovs and HE grenades in their hands, as it's all in their hands, with the first kill going in the favor of both teams of 4 versus 4. But did they anticipate DZT to be the other off angle towards B short? No, they don't. Walking into his crosshair to their demise.
We're going to know now, and they're going to actually get him on the transfer. The flashbang did not work out for him. And 2-10 able to secure that kill. BLD just trying to pick up a weapon here. Just wants something. Doesn't have the AK now, but the bomb hasn't been planted. We still have a lot of time to work with now. Able to challenge out on upper, trying to keep Delboni out of this fight. They have only 1 flashbang, and BLD could play spoiler if he just spam through that smoke, but I guess he's going to give away his position. That's an easy kill on the 2-10. Now it's on a 1962 against 2. But is he going to hit this first shot? Am I going to drop it in from upper? Delboni's going to fall. I knows exactly where he's going to be playing from. Sandbags, and he gets the spray down, and Isurus Gaming, they get the round nonetheless, but that was still very close. But to be fair, Santos invested everything they had into that round. Now coming into the 20th round, they've got no money to spend, maybe a pistol or two here, and Isurus Gaming could potentially be getting up to 12.
It very well could be when you take a look at the cash, or lack of cash from Santos. Just $2,000 across the board if the CT side, as they will be investing into, well, so far nothing. Obviously, they save here, they allow 12 for Isurus, who are 4 away from closing out the first map. If they force here and lose it, could be GG at that point. You're giving away 13, maybe 14 scoreline for Isurus, so...
Santos wouldn't force here. I mean,
yeah, it's a lose-lose situation. But they are taking the pause to try and work out what they can do to the next buy round. It's a tough call. Coming into the next buy round, so far from Isurus, we've seen a rush towards the B site. We've seen a B short and monster control that led into a B site execution. Both buy rounds, both concluding towards the B site. Do Santos change their B site set up towards the B site, maybe going for a pillar, barrels, hell position? Do they change it up where they take B short control and counter what Isurus have been doing towards B short? Do they take connector control? Do they leave 1 towards A, stack 4 towards B maybe? They have many, many options which they can do to try and change the angle of approach they have against Isurus. The problem is, which one are they going to decide? And is it going to work?
Was any of them going to actually work out? Because all they really bought was a CZ and a P250. You have to hope that DZT and Delboni can go massive here with a couple of kills to net them some weapons. And best case scenario, you get 1 or 2 frags at the moment. Worst case scenario, you just get completely mowed over, which does have the potential to happen. BLD has been spotted out in towards Underpass with Showtime. Gonna get rushed down. Does get a couple of dinks here or there, yes. But still gonna lose out. And more importantly, not be able to secure any weapons off of this.
Yeah, it's a good point. Obviously, many of the win conditions we have when it is ecos and they get a kill is, can they retrieve the weapon? Do they have armor to back up their weapon? And it's a no from the judges on both of those.
0 out of 10 on that decision.
Do you guys, you guys have American Idol, don't you?
I mean, you guys have Britain's Got Talent. It's basically the same
X Factor, yeah. Well, it's made by Simon Cowell, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a no from the judges. They will not be going forward with the golden ticket. Instead, the only gold that comes up is the terrorist scoreboard. And with that, 4 players staying alive, $5,000 across the board here for Isurus. 12-8, 4-run advantage going forward into the 21st round. Now then, in terms of cash, what are they going to be able to wield into this one?
Almost a must-win here for Santos, just to stop the rot, to stop this momentum that Isurus Gaming, who, I mean, look what they have utility-wise. Fully decked out on nades, fully decked out on weapons, and money to spare. Only Noxy is the only one that's actually low at all at $200 in his pocket. Go for a 3-man split over towards the B site, looking to actually use this AWP for Noxy, who was pretty impactful on the CT side with it. Had some relatively good plays. Got some relatively good picks as well with it. But instead, playing more of a default style, waiting for Santos actually. Trying to put the pressure on them. Trying to maybe put their own fate in their hands if they can. And force Santos to be aggressive and make mistakes. That's what it's all about. Force the other team to make mistakes. And then, of course, capitalizing off of those. With 1 minute and 13 left, Santos actually being very, very cautious about this, being very reserved. And I like how they're not seem to let anything slip away.
Bomb. Left in towards T-spawn, as it will be retrieved coming in towards the B site. Isurus going here for a 3rd time lucky. And the first 2, they were lucky. So, smoke coming in towards 50 seconds. 2 players, Delboni, Tiffa.
What that flashbang's for?
No, surely they don't push this. Ooh, this could be there to the detrimental play. Let's see. Flash is deployed actually from the T side, going to be connecting nothing onto the CTs to go for the double face in, but 2 phases hit the deck, and it's going to be players from both teams. 3 versus 3 as the onslaught begins towards the B site. Kerfuffle in towards the smokes. The orb's going to be up close range, as well as the site is going to be overtaken by the Ts. 2 versus 2 as the bomb going to be dropped, retaken here. Smoke in towards short. Smoke as well is going to be fading towards heaven, but they can go for the safe plant.
Showtime's coming in. BLD off to the side from water. They're going to need these 2 frags and the defuse, and they do have a kit, luckily, so they can play this a little bit slower. That's going to be Noxy going down, but Reverse able to get the response. Now BLD with the AUG in hand, up against Reverse. He's going for the spray. He gets the prey and the kill. He doesn't have the kit next to him. Actually, does have the kit on him. Never mind. Showtime was the one with it. And that will be Santos taking the round. Again, very close. Get some much-needed money in their pockets, but to buy up fully, it's going to be impossible here. Look what they have. Look at their funds that have available. This is going to be a rough one for them. If they can take this round, they have a lot of momentum, you know, into the rest of the map. But if they lose this, I feel like Isurus can just completely break their bank and break their spirits on this map.
Yeah, it's true. They win this. I'd say it's GG on the first map. However, Santos still have a decent buy. FAMAS, MP9, but apart from that, full buy on the remaining 3 players. Flashbang is going to be soaring in towards the A site to force BLD to fall back into a more defensive position. Showtime with the AWP playing towards A long. But no one from Isurus is going to be walking anywhere near in his vicinity of his scope. Instead, going to be grouping outside connector, most likely going to be bursting towards B short. As Isurus was so effective towards the B site for 2-3 of the buy rounds. This time, they're going to be going towards B again, and that's exactly why. DZT caught in the air. 5 versus 4. Minute 10 seconds left on the clock, and Isurus have a choice here. Do they slow the pace of the round down and wait for Santos to get aggressive towards the A site, or do they simply apply the pressure where it's weak? Make Santos, or to be precise, Delboni and Tifa wince under the pressure.
Well, Delboni's going to get completely blinded up here. Tifa is not able to hold on towards Monster. Delboni's eventually going to be overran. Yes, he will get 1 frag, but either way, the bomb's going to get planted. It's all on Showtime. It's all on BLD again. And it seems like they're not even going to bother to contest this, trying to save the weapons into the next round. Isurus should be on 13. And for Santos' sake, hopefully they're able to maintain these weapons too, because there is a chance for Isurus, you know, in the next 5-10 seconds to realize they're not going to challenge this. We should get in there. We should try to take this away and really start to punish them. You can see the kills on the board there. Really well split between Isurus. Lowest amount's 15, highest is 19, so everyone really started to step up. Unfortunately, it looks like Showtime did disconnect. Maybe that's why he was stuck there. Probably going to have a little bit of a pause here, but that's one of the worst times to have that happen, especially for Santos. But they should be able to recover the op, unless Noxie has something to say about it.
Oh, how has he missed that shot? Okay, fair play. You can't really argue with those. Pause coming in. As you said, Showtime did leave us out of the server. 13-9. Santos going to be reset here. Maybe Showtime just couldn't handle the fact that his team was doing so well.
What? He couldn't handle winning, so he disconnected his internet?
Well, obviously they are losing, right? Santos, if they lose this map here, they go 0-1 down in the lower bracket. Obviously, the salient point to make there of the lower bracket is the fact there is no more second chances. You know, you look at teams such as Luminosity, Wild beating out No Tag. They have a second chance if they do lose their best of 3. That comes up next, tomorrow, I believe. But into this one, then 4-round advantage coming in for Isurus.
I mean, let's just talk about really quickly how important of a round that was for Santos, because look at their money. They threw so much into that round, and to have Showtime just kind of disconnect and obviously leave the ranks here, that puts them in such an awkward position. Because now they're going to be looking at giving an advantage even more to Isurus, the 14th round, and then they have 1 chance to take it back, or they're going to be down that first map. And this choice was actually for Santos. Isurus Gaming did choose D2 as the next map to come in.
Yeah, they did. That's a good point to bring up, because Isurus choose the next map, does too, which means this is the map pick from Santos. So they lose this. So far, if today is anything to go off of, map picks have been a very key factor in these best of 3s. Teams, if they lose their map pick, they then go on to lose their opposition's map pick, which is obviously expected. So Isurus looking very good here in this one. And Showtime's back in the server, has the cash.
He was the top fragger for the team too. 18. They're able to recover the op, as you saw there in the last few seconds. So at least he has an opportunity now to really kind of remake up this round for his team. And for that disconnect, he's going to have to hit these shots. And more importantly, I'm curious about what angles is he going to take? What direction is he going to go? Is he going to try to be a playmaker and get aggressive to look for an angle and look for an early kill? Or is he going to chill back? And it looks like he will be getting aggressive here towards middle. And there are 3 players heading his direction, but he's not going to be as aggressive as I thought. I'll just keep Fountain in his sights for now and look for the cross. And he will be blinded out perfectly to just lodge him from that position. Luckily for him, there was no one heading towards long that could have punished him.
So one of the points I made was if Santos left Showtime alone towards the A site, or
sorry, continue.
I was going to say it. Leave one player towards A, have 4 players go towards the B site. And I think you're laughing at the fact there was 4 players who stacked up towards B short, I hope, because that's all I would have realized. But anyway, 3 players here going to be taken to control towards the B site. Obviously, they have BLD holding towards Monster, just in case the ruse was coming in from Isurus, so there's a player lurking outside there. Boost in towards connector to spot a player towards the connector stairs, but not going to merit the many frags just yet. Instead, maybe the beginning of the end here for them into this round. Ooh, actually, the feet aren't going to be seen.
Yeah, the feet aren't going to be seen, but again, it's not like they have all the weaponry in the world to use. DZT going to get the first shot onto Noxy. That almost can sell that there's going to be a stack here. NBL, though, does kill Tifa on the rotate. 1962 can be blinded up, but Tutahen's going to be there again. The second time he's been able to pick up 2 big entry frags, pushed in towards this B side. Daboni's actually blocking the bomb. Hello? You know you're not moving through the smoke here. He finally realizes that, hey, why am I not out on the other side? They had to have known there was someone there. Showtime with the AWP shows up, but unfortunately doesn't hit any shots. But they don't expect Dalboni to be there. It's a one-on-one. It's reversive. Up against Dalboni, who only has the CZ. Trying to keep his distance, but time is going to be a major factor here. 14 seconds left to go. He's going to have to push in. He's going to have to look for this. Try to deny the plant, and he's not able to get the spray down. And Isurus will now be on 14 as we go into potentially the penultimate round here of this first map. No money to spend at all for Santos. They're going to have to play for the tie. Or for the overtime, sorry.
Well, that is the tie, essentially. You can't tie in this game. There was actually a time when you could, when it was like a point system. Tie, if you went to 15-15, was 2 points. A loss was 0 points, or 1 point, I think. And then a win was 3. But I haven't seen that for 2-3 years, maybe.
Is that like the first season of the Pro League or something? I think that's how it worked in the first season of the Pro League.
Maybe. And then they changed it, didn't they? Where they made it, you actually got less points if you won in overtime. So they really wanted to keep us on schedule back then.
Yeah.
But round number 24 here. 9-14, as you said. Falika coming out from the CT side. So this should be a 15-9 scoreline. Isurus on Santos' map pick looking stellar. And the next map being Dust 2. And if individual skills are a thing to go off, I'm going to be putting my money on Isurus.
By the way, those birds you're hearing, they're not actually in game. That's just how early it is now. How late it is here in Cologne. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Those are in the game.
There's pigeons.
But your sleep-deprived brain doesn't know the difference.
Well, I mean, the birds come out about 4 a.m. and we finish about 4 a.m., I think. It's 2 a.m. now, so you're not far off.
Depends if we go 3 maps or not. Depends if Santos is going to be able to step up here. Only USPs and a 4-man stack over towards the B site. You would imagine Isurus is going to have no problems at all taking this one. You can see that utility and the execution over towards the A site. The Molotovs and the smoke. Staircase still going to be open, though. Eventually the smoke's going to come through. Should have an idea, though, that Santos pretty much have to stack a site, considering they have no really way to buy into this round. And now Isurus, for their sake, are trying to actually close off a clean round, not lose a single player. Don't give up any entry or exit frags here to Santos, and don't feed them any guns to make that map point any easier for that team.
Going to be the exit frag tactic from Santos. 5 players alive, no investment into upgraded pistols, no armor as well. Just going to play the crossfire here towards Playground and Party. See if they can catch a player off guard and drop a weapon over. For now, though, it is going to be 15-9 here in favor of Isurus, the Argentinian team. Santos not looking too good on their own map pick, and to be honest, could be the 2-0 coming in, but 1962 going to be hitting the deck. Tutahen going to be finding 1, 2, nothing. Extra.
They got the AK though. Showtime was able to steal it away. Give it over to Tifa. Sorry, but if you were that player there, I think it was NBL jumping across. That's the biggest Monka-esque moment I've ever seen in my life. Where he's like, "Oh, all my teammates got by. There's no one there," and then he sees like 2 or 3 people chasing him down.
What does Monka-esque mean?
You're kidding, right?
Genuine. Does that mean like surprised or what?
You know, that's something that a little date you and Google need to have.
Google.
Yeah, you and Google need to have. So to realize what Monka-esque is. Anyways, Isurus going to push in on their potentially 16th and map-winning round here. Daboni, though, is looking to shut this down. They do have the guns and weaponry to buy, and Isurus seem to have been halted. Look at this. BLD coming in from behind, gets the quick kill to Noxy. Obviously going to make that call, but now it's just 3 men. Just 3 men there, and all 5 players from Santos. I don't know if they're going to have an opportunity to defend this one. That's going to be Tutahen going down. I think we're going to be going to another round here as, unfortunately, 1962 leaves Recursive as the last man alive. Doesn't have bomb. He's got time, if anything, if we want to talk about any positives he has going for him in this round.
Yeah, there's not many. Bomb is dropped towards Monster. Minute left on the clock. 50 seconds now, actually. Only has one flashbang to work with as well. Has the AK Kevlar into the 1 versus 4. However, looking like it's going to be double digits here for Santos, and maybe on their way to overtime. But
that's still a long ways away. Let's be fair. They're struggling to get any of these rounds on CT side, and Isurus are just in general looking good. I think one round obviously won't be enough, and it shouldn't be enough with this kind of state of the game. Versa trying to push in. He's got a man towards upper. He's got actually a man towards A side as well, I believe. Kind of just playing float. He's got a man over towards Monster. 15 seconds. The time has ticked away, and unfortunately for him, his health has disappeared as well. And now Santos is going to be on 10. Isurus on 15. But Isurus should... Actually, they don't really have that much money. They have enough to buy up in this round. Reversa, though, is going to be a little bit worse for wear. But not going to be as fully equipped as they'd hoped to. As even Santos, I mean, throwing everything they have time and time again into these rounds. Trying to keep those hopes alive.
Trying, but not yet succeeding. Pause coming in. Not sure from which team. It could be from Santos. After winning this one and maybe trying to see if they can get to 11 and break the money from Isurus and go forward into the 11th and try get to 15. However, seems that the pause is probably going to be from Isurus. The reason being is they have time to discuss it. They're going to be going for the quasi-buy. Just 2 sets of Kevlar onto MBL and 1962. 3 CZs, 1 Glock. Those Glocks may change into P250, CZs or Deagles.
Noxy try to get up for that op, right? He's got 6.2K. Could definitely afford to buy a pistol here. He's going to be fully equipped for the next round anyways. I mean, if you're Santos here, I mean, you've been in these situations before, right? Obviously playing and you're down 10 to 15, you realize you can't throw a round away and you know that their buy is going to be really shoddy, but don't you feel like that puts extra pressure on you if you're Santos, realizing like, this is a round we should never lose? It obviously could happen, but they can't really let themselves slip and focus any sort of bit here.
Yeah, they can't let things slip. Obviously, only 5 rounds separate themselves between Santos, so still all to play for, but this is going to be the CZ investment into light utility. I say light, actually 2 HE grenades.
Noxy went with the head armor. Didn't want the nade and the 2 flashbangs as well.
Yeah, and $4,000, so we can maybe go for that play.
God.
HEs do a lot of damage there from Showtime and BLD, so already looking to be the 11th round won by Santos, especially now as well as the Showtime swap going to be picking up kills. He was the player that had to rejoin the server. He was on 18 to 20 frags before he had to rejoin, so already on about 20 to 22 kills into this one. One of the only players actually fragging on the side of Santos.
Doing fairly well, as you can see him there, able to close things out. 11 to 15. Kind of expected, since we did have Isurus Gaming kind of quasi-buy, as you put it, with the pistols and some armors here or there. They're going to be fully equipped into this round now. Well, not even fully equipped. I have to kind of bite my tongue here. MBL is still going to be a little bit worse for wear. Noxy invested into the op. Only 1 flashbang. We haven't really had a true op battle, have we, in this match? You know, we had Showtime up against N1. And we've had Yell even mixed in on that one. But we haven't really seen a true op battle between these 2 teams. They haven't really had them at the same time, if I'm not mistaken.
No, we haven't. Obviously, Showtime, in terms of his AWPing, hasn't been the most aggressive. A bit more passive. So in terms of his position versus where Noxy was peaking, maybe he's been going towards the other half of the map, trying to find his advantage versus rifles. But Showtime going to be rotating from the booster sandbags in towards the A side stairs. And with that, minute 15 seconds left on the clock. Not much coming out so far from both teams. As this is going to be the stalemate here, as B short control going to be gained by Isurus in a second. Mid control as well going to be their gaze after they have control towards B. Through connector they can find it. So all in all, Isurus going for the normal default here. They have map control, which they can't execute upon off of. But they are going to be going for the boost here towards barrels.
Oh, there's an opportunity to blow someone's head off here. Man, jumping directly next to them. It's going to be boosted up now. There's unfortunately not going to be anyone at the barrels at the moment. 40 seconds left. They've actually been able to lose out on a player, MBL, unfortunately. 1962 almost fluffing that Tifa will fall. So at least 2 players are here towards B. 30 seconds left, and the time is ticking. Bomb has rotated back around here. Now some smokes and flashes being thrown out. That Molotov going to be extinguished on accident. Carelessly thrown Molotov here, and DZT going to be sitting in towards these barrels. Trying to use this as cover with his teammates rotating back in. Reversive taking down to 14 HP. 12 seconds left. They have to pick up the pace here if they want to get this bomb down. Time is ticking. DZT's going to fall. Noxie gets himself a double kill and he's going to get the plant off in time. Showtime can't hit the shot. Reversive has fallen, but the bomb is now down. And time is starting to take away here for Santos on this first map, especially with Showtime now following Noxie, able to get 3 kills and the bomb plant. BLD by himself. He's going to take down Tutahen. He's got 2 more to find. Luckily for him, Noxie's going to be very low on HP, but he's also not being given an angle to go for that shot. No smoke to use, only a flashbang. He's looking to actually stick this one. Someone please beat this. There's 2 of you. Someone come in and Santos is going to take the round. What are you doing, Isurus? There was 2 of you.
Yeah, no one had the balls to go for the peak.
Peek the damn bomb. Oh, man. BLD, the playmaker here, keeping Santos alive.
BLD, more like BDP, as he goes for the confident play. Ooh, tag coming in onto reversive. Isurus, if they lose this round, then obviously they are going to be back onto pistols, and it goes to 13, then 14 to 15, and this could very well be overtime, Jason.
The bad bit took me a second to actually think of what you were saying there for a second.
Oh, yeah. It's fine,
we'll leave it there. I mean, Noxie, like, the thing is, that was a round that Isurus didn't deserve either, because Noxie had to get the 3 kills himself and get the bomb down. Like,
yeah.
Team? That's like what I would be screaming if I was him there. And then just for no one to peek, the bomb being defused when there's 2 of you. You could have just peeked at the same time, you know? Got the refrag. It's unfortunate. And again, hindsight will always be 20/20. But Santos hopes being kept alive off of that man with the AUG of BLD.
50 seconds remaining on the clock. The bomb is towards connector. Noxie going to be peeking in towards the A site via Banana, but once again, B site going to be the gaze of Isurus. It seems like they love this bomb site, maybe because they've been so successful so far. However, this time, they have an additional player there at Heaven. So 1 towards Hell, 1 towards the default size as Tifa alone. But as the backup now of DZT, push coming in through the smoke, going to be winning the duel from MBL. Quickly trotted out though by Tifa. BLD with the Orhog actually of all weapons through the smoke to find 1 onto Noxie.
The thing is, the bomb's not really in a position to be planted. You can see how low reversive in 1962 are. The bomb going to be going down here with 11 seconds left. Tifa trying to push the smoke, and he gets shut down. Tutahen comes in with a massive 2 kills. Showtime, though. Going to equalize things now as the Molotov's going to come in. Going to force them off of the bomb. Player rotating in towards short. It's going to be reversive, and Delboni's not going to actually see him in this position. Smoke will fade. Actually not going to have a chance to spot him out. Reversive gets the kill. Now Showtime by himself against 2. He gets the first. He's looking for that second. Who's backing away? Are we going to have Showtime pull a BLD and stick a defuse? No, he's going for the bait. Reversive goes for the peak. Bomb now not even being stuck. Reversive, look at that read. That play. It could have won on the map in the last round because they peak another time. And Showtime trying to go for the diffuser in the last few seconds. Will he have it? The bomb will... What?
Oh, we're going
Showtime!
to overtime. Showtime brings us to overtime.
Lights, camera, action. Oh, my lord. 2 rounds back-to-back, though, that Isurus should have had. And Showtime shows up when he's needed most.
How are they constantly losing these 2 versus 1s in the post plant? Wow. Round number 29. Feels like the KSI Logan Paul match was all rigged. Force for the rematch, force for overtime. And they all make another 10 million.
Like Tutahen. Oh, got a fantastic double in that round, too. Noxie in the round prior got 3. And they were just running out of steam in the last few seconds of these rounds. To be fair, they are playing on Santos' map choice, and we'll be going on to D2 as our second map. But you don't want to let this one slip away. You don't want to have to go to overtime. Noxie, again, gets the job done. Gets the first frag on a BLD to equalize things. Problem is, he hasn't been able to disable this double op setup. And BLD actually was the one to op originally with Showtime. But this time, they're getting over to DZT.
That's true. Obviously, BLD is dead currently, so DZT going to be wielding the AWP. 50 seconds remaining here as the remaining players from Isurus even, are outside the A site.
Don't tell me you're going to peek this without a flash, without a smoke, without something set up for you.
Molotov should delay them, but Showtime holding for the walk up towards a long peek comes in. This is an easy frag to find. Instead, going to be holding out towards Banana. Peek comes through from Noxy. He's trying to bait out the shot. But so far, Daboni with 2, third, fourth. Wow, that was quick.
Sound like you had like an orgasm there while you were saying it. Third, fourth.
I mean, if that's how you sound, then fair play.
It's a judgment-free zone, okay? We don't need any of that negativity here in this.
He says while he criticizes all the losses of the 2v1s.
Oh, no, we can criticize the players, but not each other.
Right,
no, it's a judgment-free zone when it comes to us.
That's quite...
Because we're in this together. It's 2 a.m., bordering 2:30. You're bordering on almost 24 hours of no sleep.
6 a.m., 6:30, we'll call it, will be fair.
Keep this in mind. Guess who's back in their hotel, laying in bed, stream open, enjoying himself right now?
Joe Miller.
He doesn't live in a hotel.
I know, I'm joking.
But Banks.
Banks, yes.
Who has finally arrived to Cologne, and obviously will be here tomorrow. Either way, Santos are still playing for their chance to keep their hopes alive in this first map. They need this round. You can see the investment out of Isurus, throwing everything they have into this with a lot of MAC-10s. And I would imagine they're going to rush through towards this B side as quick as they possibly can.
As quick as possible. They're going to be letting it all out, Jason. Well, 3 versus 3.
Have slowed down the pace here with 1:25 to go. You see Tifa able to get out of this one. All hot air being blown his way. As Showtime gets the Molotov off to deny the plant even further. Bomb, unfortunately, it's going to be out of reach of Isurus. Was lost on the push in. But the smokes, they're not going to be there. They don't really have a clean path, a clean plan to pick up this bomb and successfully get across. But those dinks coming through, Tifa down to 16 HP. At least for Isurus, they have time to work with here. They don't have the utility. They have to come up with a big frag, and who's it going to be? As those smokes come in, even a nade on a Noxy takes him down to 10 health. He will be able to pick up a smoke off of an enemy, actually, and re-smoke off upper. So now Showtime's been dismantled. 210 tries to come in for the plant. He gets denied. BLD's looking for the man right towards his left. 40 seconds left. The bomb should be planted off the back of this. But can they keep their composure? They had already 2 rounds to secure this with 2 plants. Now the bomb is down another time. Noxy, he's got to be the man to come big here. BLD looking to drop in from upper. We'll push through. We'll be the first one to go down reversive. He knows there's a man towards the left. He gets the first frag. The Galil's going to come in strong. He's trying to take down Showtime's being rushed down from water. And just like that, Santos off the back of BLD and Showtime, the last 2 remaining, off those last 2 rounds, have been able to throw this one on into overtime.
15-15 as the game continues here. Final best of 3 of the night, and they're really testing us.
I'm fine. I don't know. They can test me all they want.
Okay,
I'm good,
sorry,
you know. I woke up at like 2 p.m. today.
2 p.m.?
Like 1 p.m.
Jeez.
You know, had a lazy day. Had a little call. Hey, Jason, how would you like to cast some CS? I'm like, I'd love to.
What was the last thing you casted before today?
Counter-Strike?
Yeah.
I casted on my own stream female CS qualifier for Katowice.
Was that earlier this year?
It's like February-ish.
I actually did the female event.
Yeah, no, I just casted, an online qualifier
Yeah,
for
I
it.
did the female event.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then before that was the Dubai event. No, it was ESL Cologne 2016.
That was a major.
Yeah. I got 2 of those. I have a bag of like 30 pins at home from Series 1 that I just have not even opened.
You do realize that would have been worth a lot of money?
I've been trying to figure out a way like to get rid of them or like what I should do, but whatever. I just have 30 pins.
There was a guy in the UK scene that was famous for selling pins, and he made about 3,000 euros worth of profit from the pins, and then he pissed it all away because he bought an organization and it flopped.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I know.
That's a shame. Well, maybe I should give you one of those pins.
Yeah.
They have been opened, so I know what I have, but I haven't used the code. Anyways.
But they're not really worth much anymore because they brought out the new series pins, and then there's the genuine versus the bought pins, and it all became a bit convoluted.
Why wouldn't they be worth a lot? Because you can't get them anymore.
Good question.
They should be worth more. I think like 50 euros a pin.
There you go. You heard it here first. At Jason Kaplan on Twitter. If you want...
That's wrong as well.
J Kaplan.
There you go.
With an A-N at the end. I thought it was an I-N.
Kaplan. Well, how? Oh, my God.
Kaplan.
that actually, yeah. Kaplaneers are my subscribers, so thanks for that. Little shout out there. DZT with the op holding towards long. It actually is, you don't have to look it up. Isurus looking for a potential play here. Maybe to flash out DZT or smoke him if anything. He's actually gonna push past the smoke, looking for a first shot, and he's gonna have it. Noxie's gonna go down, not expecting him to be there. Well played by this man. Again, BLD was the one to play second op against Luminosity. It seems like the Augs, all he needs is they do have a 4-on-2. Did you actually look it up?
No.
Oh, okay. DZT, Just doing the tango with reversive there. 210's finally able to respond, but 1 kill will not be enough. Trying to chase on DZ2, trying to run away. Should be able to close this one out. He's got 10 seconds left, so no real chance to get the bomb since it's so far away. A major misstep coming in out of their team, but maybe for him to save the op would be massive. Flashbang comes in, gets across just barely. He should be able to retain this into the next round, but Santos in the lead. It's been a long time since we've been able to say that.
From the 15-12 scoreline, Santos winning 4 in a row, bringing it to OT. And 16-15, obviously, Isurus are going to be kicking themselves, throwing away. Oof, we had a 3 versus 2 at the 15-14. We had a
2-on-1
twice.
Yeah, a 2-on-1 where he just sucked the defuse.
Yeah, and then there's a 2-on-1 where Showtime won it with 1 second, well, even half a second, a millisecond left on that one. Seems like fate that Santos should be winning this one. But what can we say? Apart from the future holds all the answers. 16-15, obviously it's only the 1 round advantage here for Santos so far on the CT side, and the CT side has been where they've been finding the abundance of rounds. So if they can get 2 round wins on their CT side of the first half of OT, then it's going to be boding very, very well going into the second half on their T side, where they were struggling earlier on.
I worry though for Santos when we get to T side. As you already pointed this out before, you know, they're a team who don't really have a synergy down, and T side is going to be very unforgiving to them, where we could see Isurus easily punish out on a lot of mistakes that you normally would see happen on a team who hasn't really synergized well together and seemed to have practiced enough. DZT, again, a really opposition, gets the first shot into 210, gets the second as well into MBO. And Santos looking like they're going to take another round on the board here, CT side, but it's not over just yet. 1962 has fought his way through. That quickscope is so close. Noxie's going to get the kill, but Showtime comes in from behind. Now 3-on-2. It is winnable for Isurus, especially with reverse pushed up this far, but Tifa will be there to shut this down. Bomb now planted in 1962 against 3.
Oh, in the 1 versus 3, unable to get anything done there. Flank coming in towards Monster. Showtime making a lot of step noise as well, but didn't actually catch him off guard. 1962 wasn't ready for that play, and with that, it does go 17-15. So Santos have won 2 rounds on the CT side. That was the key to victory we had before it flipped over to their CT side. The reason being is Isurus looked very good on the CT side defense and Overpass, actually winning 8 rounds in a row. Santos winning 2 on their CT half of the first half of OT is very, very good for them going forward into the second half, obviously. In terms of frags, DZT looking very good for the side of Santos. So they can carry that forward into the T side. There's a chance that they close this one out. Maybe a 19-16 in their favor. Showtime goes for the peek in towards middle. They're both the Orpas, Noxie and Showtime going to be surviving that duel early on. Speaking of Orps, double Orp setup here. DZT towards the B-bomb site. Showtime soloing towards the A side. It's pushed in towards Playground, so there's all the information as to when Isurus to eventually come back towards A, but it seems that they're never coming back, Jason. Much like Half-Life 3, well, they're never coming back. It's going towards B.
Not sure where you're going with that one, to be honest. Not gonna let that one go. I'm gonna let you skirt around it. We'll get back to it in a second. Boney, though, looking to shut this one down. 210 comes in, then will meet his maker. But 1962, 2 massive kills that they have needed. But Showtime, he's still alive, and you can't count him out. He's actually been able to sneak his way behind them. I wonder if he's going to be able to pull this off. With the AWP in hand, it's going to be very difficult against 3. The reverse is all going to start with this kill. He won't be able to hit it, unfortunately. And Isurus will be able to get around on the board here on the T side. It's now going to be swapping sides. Isurus on the CT looking to put a stranglehold on Santos and prevent them from obviously winning the map, or prevent them from getting through into a double overtime. It's only the first map, by the way, Snods. Still have potentially 2 more to come up. We got Dust 2. We got Inferno. Comes down to who wins this map.
Yeah, very true.
I'll get you a coffee. Don't worry, mate.
I'll be up all night if you were to do that. I have to just go autopilot, reach the, about the 20-hour mark now, been awake. About 20 hours. Once it gets to like the 22 hours, that's when, well, I'm in autopilot mode already. But once you get into the 22-hour mark, I was actually speaking to Banks about this. They had to cast once the North American qualifier, then an Australian qualifier back to back. And they had to cast for 20 hours straight.
Easy.
Easy.
Simple.
Yeah, exactly. But
simple as that shot coming through out of reversive.
Well,
as long as you ever cast it before.
5 versus 4 here into...
What's the longest you ever casted for?
Oh, I didn't actually hear what you said. The longest I've ever casted for was Katowice qualifiers, 12 hours. 4 best of 3 straight.
I did 11 hours at Gamescom 2013.
So I win?
With just me and one other person.
So funny story, actually.
With 5-minute breaks.
We had
in a game that I didn't even know.
That means you can just, you know, fluff it. What game was it?
I don't want to say.
You don't want to give it cred?
Not really, no.
That's fine. That's fine. So, 5 versus 4. Santos is going to be grouping outside the B site here. 2 towards B short, 2 outside Monster. 40 seconds remaining here, as it is going to be just 3 players towards the B site from the side of Isurus, but 3 players should be enough in this scenario, as they are going to have the backup as well of 2 to Hen coming in towards CT and towards the B site. Smoke towards Heaven, Molotov in towards Barrels. Probably got flashbangs as well to flash the players at Monster. And here comes the play.
Oof, Tifa, that's a great little opener right there, but Reverse is able to shut down the second player. He's on 19 health though, he's looking for showtime. He just can't hit a pistol shot, and just like that, it's all on to BLD. And Isurus will get the round to tie things up at 17 apiece. And now whichever team wins the next 2 rounds straight, if they're able to, will take that first map. Will put us on to Dust 2. We're gonna find out which team will be able to do just that, or of course, even the opportunity to split those rounds and take us to a second overtime. It was Smite, by the way. Smite 2013.
I didn't even know that game was still around. Is it still around?
2013, yeah, it's still around.
Really? Wasn't
11 hours.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. A man of many games.
I've casted many games, yes.
How many? Over 10?
Yeah, easily.
Wow. Well, 5 versus 4.
Don't worry, I got this. Take a quick nap. I got this round, okay? Minute 20 seconds, easy to do. Noxy, and we get a big kill into Showtime with the AWP. That's my, you know what? Ask Joe Miller about that, because he's had 2 good fall asleep on him.
Really?
Yeah, during a cast.
No, wait, 2 casters?
2 good, and Joe Miller were casting together, and 2 good fell asleep.
No, was it?
There's a video about it.
Dota or WoW? Or?
I want to say it was CS, or I want to say it was like Painkiller. I don't remember.
What's Painkiller? Is that a shooting game?
1-on-1 shooting game, yeah. Like Quake, like Unreal Tournament. Well, I guess Unreal Tournament was a 1v1. Anyways, Isurus, in the meantime, have gotten the round. Most importantly, that's a big thing we should mention, as we're going a little bit off topic here. Because now if they win this final round, they will have been able to pick up the map in extended time, where they've already shouldn't have been able to secure it on that T-half. Just 2 back-to-back mistakes allowed, or 2 great plays out of Showtime and BLD to really make themselves carry through into the OT. It would be a shame now for Santos to lose this map after fighting tooth and nail just to get to overtime alone. They were on a massive losing streak against Isurus, but were able to finally come back. You can see DZT 27 kills, BLD 29. Showtime's been not quiet. He actually obviously had to reconnect. Did fully disconnect from the game before.
Yeah, so you add in, he had 20 kills when he disconnected. And now he's on 11, so he's on 31 frags. Obviously, I was saying that his AWP wasn't the most impactful I've ever seen, but I'm going to have to be retracting that statement because he has been delivering the numbers here on Overpass.
With CS, by the way, with 2 good. I'll share the clip when we have a break.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
He straight up fell asleep.
Wow.
Joe Solik, yeah, it was great.
Oh, dearie me. How long ago was that?
A long time ago. Over 6 years.
Wow.
I'd say like 7 or 8. I want to say like 2010.
It is crazy when you hear those sort of numbers. How long? Joe Miller, yourself, you know, many of the Demon, some of these casters have really been around for, and esports itself.
I've only been doing it for 6 years. Casting, but Joe's been around for...
Did you say only?
Only 6 years. It's not that long.
I've only been casting for 1.5 years.
Yeah, but you know, when you're casting the likes of Joe and Demon have been doing it for, well, I think Joe like over 10 years and Demon for like 72 years. You know, you kind of, you know, put your scale at a different value.
Yeah, wow. I thought 4 years was a long time, but obviously...
Actually, I should have said Red Eye would have been the perfect thing for 72 years.
Nearly. I'm sure if you were in the first best of 3, that would have came to your mind straight away.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Noxie in the meantime. Not gonna just spot out Tfue, just sneaks his way through and gets them a man advantage that they desperately needed to. They need to tie things up in this overtime, but MBL flanking him from behind. Oh, this could be so bad for them. He just, he gave away his position, but it doesn't matter. Tfue's gonna fall. There's no one else here as his Tutehen to help out. They're gonna get the bomb plant most likely, but to hold this is gonna be so important, and it's gonna be so difficult to do. Reverse, it comes in. He gets himself 3. It's on to Showtime in a 1-on-4 to keep their hopes alive to go to double overtime. Or will Isurus be able to close this out now? And they're finally able to in overtime with 19-17. A map they should have won, honestly, a long time earlier before. But either way, they do it in the end of things, and they do guarantee themselves that first map. Now going on to D2, which is their map choice.
It is. Obviously, we said for Isurus, if they were, well, we expected them to get the win when they were 15-12 up. They lost the 3 rounds, went into overtime. They lost the first 2 buy rounds as well. Well, all the rounds are buy rounds in overtime, but they lost the first 2 rounds in OT. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we thought that could have been the upset for Santos going forward, but instead, they wasted all our time, and they instead still lost. I'm joking. Obviously, it was a very close matchup.
And you're not wrong.
No. Obviously, very close matchup in that regard. A very intense matchup as well. A match which was very, very close. The issue is, a lot of the times when we have an underdog storyline, you know this very well. The first match was very, very close. It's maybe double digits between the 2 teams. It goes into overtime. And that second map is very, very one-sided to the favorites who are on their map pick in their comfort zone. So hopefully it's more... some great Counter-Strike we saw on the last map. Intense, close, but we'll see.
Speaking of the second map, ladies and gentlemen, we do have to head to a break again, give these teams some time to think things over before we get to Dust 2. This is the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago South American Qualifier, and we'll see you guys in a few.